All right, good evening, fans, and welcome to New York City for tonight's game. The League Championship Series tied 1-1, coming back from St. Joseph, Missouri. I think these teams would probably take three connecting flights to get from that small town to this bustling metropolis. But here we are, 38,774 fans out here in the 59-degree cold to see the St. Joseph Sausage Dogs visit the New York Dem Apples. See who can get a leg up in this series. It's Francisco Diaz on the mound for New York. Uh, Pretty decent season. He's 0-2, however, against St. Joseph. We'll see if that comes into play. And Borboa is starting. We expect to see a follower in this game, although Borboa had a really good season, 18-8 uh, overall. Not a strikeout guy, though, not a power pitcher, and only 18 years old. A lot of pressure on an 18-year-old kid. When I was 18, all I did was smoke pot and sleep. So let's see what we've got. All right, in the field behind Diaz, we've got Staszewski at third, Alejandro Alanes at short, Alberto Campos back at second, and Matt Anders over at first. Then that outfield, Valencia in left field, looks like a hell of a fielder. We'll see if he can hit. Andy Schoenecker out in center, and Mario Espinoza back in right field. And behind the plate, Ryan Gibbons, the catcher. And Diaz is going to start the game off facing the DH, Paul Miller, followed by Vargas, and then Perez. And let's get down to the field and get it going. You ready for that dizzying spin around the baseball park? Yep, there we go. This field looks a lot like Dodger Stadium, of all things, but obviously it's not because we're in New York. And Miller, the first batter, puts it into play into right on in the air. Espinoza runs it down, and that is the first batter retired for Diaz. So nobody on and one out for Oliver Vargas, the first baseman. 2 for 6 in the series so far with 3 RBI. The full count, and that is belted all the way to the wall. Yeah, Valencia gets to it, makes the throw to second, but not in time. It's a double for Vargas. Nice bit of hitting there. He absolutely clobbered that ball. And now you've got a runner on second with only one out for David Perez, the number 3 hitter and second baseman. An absolute threat here. 2 for 7 in the series, but he hit a lot better than that during the regular season. The full count again, and he walked him this time. Trying to stay away from Perez and that dangerous bat, and instead he puts him on the base. So now 2 on and 1 out for Bill Christensen, the midseason acquisition from Springfield. 2 for 5 in the series so far. And he hits the double play grounder. Alanis makes the play, but they can't get it. Campos can't make the turn and get it over to first for the double play. Ugly bit of fielding there, and that leaves them in danger. Christensen at first, and Oliver Vargas moves over to third base. They got an out, but Jesus the Jesus Mesa now at the plate. He's looking for trouble. And he finds it. That's an RBI. Down for a base hit. That misplay by Campos cost them a run here. Should have been out of the inning. Hopefully that isn't too much at the front of Diaz's mind. You got to buckle down and just get the next guy out. But that's tough. It's Fernandino Barber now, the shortstop. 1 for 7 in the series. Another full count, throwing a lot of pitches. Gets him to fly out, but man, lots of pitches thrown here in the first for Diaz, and St. Joseph heads to the dugout after the top half of one with the lead. 1 run on 2 hits and a walk. And let's take a look at the defense. It's Jesus the Jesus Meza over at third, Fernandino Barber at short, David Perez at second, Oliver Vargas at first. One of the main big stories of this series so far, this is a really good defensive infield that has played really poorly behind their pitchers in this series so far. They also have a really good defensive outfield. Cerezo in left, Carrillo in center, and Bill Christensen over in right. Do not let a lot of balls drop between them. Those guys, they love some balls. And Gus Tynes is the catcher behind the plate for Boboa. And he's going to face Schoenecker, Campos, and Alanis here. Campos and Alanis hoping to make up for that boneheaded play at the middle infield last inning that cost him a run. That's a walk. Check swing. I thought he went around, but that's a check swing and a leadoff walk on 4 pitches from Borboa. And it's Campos now with nobody out and Schoenecker on first base. He can run, and he does. He takes second. I guess we call it a sacrifice hit on the hit and run. And Campos successfully moves the runner over. And here comes Alanis now, the runner in scoring position. Best hitter in baseball this year in a lot of categories. Let's see if he can make this happen. Good contact, but on the ground to short. The runner's not able to advance. Alanis is thrown out at first, and that leaves us in the same situation. Runner on second base for Espinoza, but now with 2 outs. Espinoza 3 for 7 in the series, hit a home run, has 2 RBIs. Oh, and Borboa buckles back down and strikes him out. So St. Joe gets out of the inning without any runs. No runs on no hits for New York, 1 run on 2 hits for St. Joe, and we're here in the top of the second. Diaz has to face Cerezo, Gus Tynes, and Carrillo, the center fielder. Cerezo hits it hard, but right at the shortstop. Alanis makes the throw, 1 down. Here's Gus Tynes. What a name, Gus. And Gus Tynes grounds out to second. Another easy out, and it's Carrillo, 2 for 7 in the series. Number 9 hitter, but he's done a little damage here. Not today. Strikes him out with a slider, and that is it. 3 up, 3 down for St. Joe in that inning, and here come Dem Apples to the plate. It's John Hayes, the DH, making his series debut, followed by Matt Anders, the first baseman, and Valencia, the left fielder. And Hayes takes the first pitch he sees in the series and drives it to right for a base hit. It's easy as that. Just step in there and swing. And now Hayes with pretty average speed at first, and Matt Anders at the plate with nobody out and a runner aboard. Tries to bunt, bunts it foul. Now 0-2, he's going to have to swing free. And he does, and it makes you wonder why he was bunting in the first place. He hits it all the way to the wall. It's bouncing around in the corner. Looks like the run is going to... No, the runner's going to hold at third. He does not go for home, but it is a double for Anders. And now runners at second and third with nobody out, and Borboa in trouble again. This time a little more serious. It's Efren Valencia, the left fielder, also making his series debut. And he struck him out. Good time for a strikeout out of Borboa. 2 punch-outs now in the game, and the third baseman, Suzuki, comes up with runners at second and third. 1 down. Well, that's a thing you could do. It doesn't look like he did it on purpose. Borboa accidentally, we'll call it an accident, hits Suzuki right square in his Polish-ass back. And that brings Ryan Gibbons to the plate with 1 down and the bases loaded. If you are a New York Dem Apples fan, cover your eyes, because this is probably not the guy you wanted to see in this situation. And sure enough, he strikes out swinging. All right, last chance with the bases loaded. See if Borboa can find his way out of this jam. It's Schoenecker, the center fielder, walked to start the game. This is a slow rolling grounder. Did he get it? He did. An infield hit to score a run ties the game. Oh my goodness, that was ugly. Again, the defense is where it falls apart for St. Joseph. Really just kind of shocking. I can't believe that was so badly played. And now it's Campos with the bases loaded. 0-2 pitch. Campos gets it in play, but it's a ground ball to the shortstop. They don't bungle this one. They get him there. 1 run on 3 hits. They leave the bases loaded, which, you may be hearing about later. But in any case, they tie the game up at 1. So St. Joe comes back, tie game in the top of the third, and it's Miller, Vargas, and Perez, the top of the order again, to face Francisco Diaz. Miller 0 for 1 in the game. Looks like he's going to be 0 for 2 as that is popped up, and Gibbons makes a quick jump out of the catcher stance to make the play. Nice bit of fielding there, and it's Vargas now with an 0-2 count and nobody on. And he struck him out. Just buckles the knees there on the outside corner. And David Perez at the plate. 2-2 pitch. That's going to be a base hit, maybe more. Yep, looks like a double at least into the corner. He slides, didn't need to. He's in there safe. Perez on second for Bill Christensen. Scoring opportunity, but 2 down. The 2-2 pitch. Oh, and he struck out Christensen, too. Third strikeout for Diaz. Good time for it. No runs on 1 hit for St. Joe. And in the bottom half of the third, Borboa to face Alanis, Espinoza, and Hayes. That is a nasty part of any lineup you don't want to see. And Alanis first. He hits it hard. It's going to get down for a base hit to left. Nice bit of hitting there on a full count. Finds a pitch he likes, just drives it to left field. And leadoff man aboard for Mario Espinoza. The 1-0 gets away from the catcher. Tynes misplayed that and in the dirt, and Alanis takes second on the play. That could hurt. So, runner in scoring position. Alanis is not fast. He's a big bat, but he is not quick. So, if Espinoza wants to get him in here, he's going to have to find a gap, give him some time. 2-2 pitch. That won't do it. Flies out to right. Christensen makes the play with ease. Ball back in, and Alanis holds at second. So it's John Hayes, the DH, 1 for 1 today. Oh, struck him out this time. Borboa's 4th strikeout of the game. Gets Hayes swinging, and now, just like that, runner still at second, but 2 down. Matt Anders, last chance here. And that won't do it. Ground ball to the shortstop. Barber throws him out at first, and they're out of the inning. They left a runner on second, got 1 hit in the inning. Score is still tied 1-1, and we are back around to Jesus the Jesus Mesa, Fernandino Barber, and Cerezo for St. Joe. The 1-0 to the Jesus. It's in play. Third baseman fields it clean, makes the throw, and that's it. Nice play by Stazuski. And here comes Fernandino Barber. And Barber pops up the first pitch he sees. The shortstop comes over to make the play. Nope. Third baseman waves him off. Stazuski. And that's 2 down. Orlando Cerezo now. Cerezo 0 for 1 in the game. Gets that one down in center for a base hit. So runner at first for Gus Tynes with 2 down. Tynes, oh, the runner's moving, and he should be in ahead of the throw. Nice bit of running. Gibbons makes a decent throw, but not a chance. Cerezo is quick. And now it's a runner in scoring position for Gus Tynes. And Tynes is going to capitalize. Gets the base hit. Cerezo rounds third. Doesn't even hesitate. That's a run scored. 2-1. 2-1 lead for St. Joe on a nice bit of base running by Cerezo. That stolen base made all the difference there with 2 outs. And Diaz just not able to finish it off. Here's Carrillo, the runner at first now, and that'll do it. But it's too late. Run got across. Sausage Dogs get 2 hits, score a run. They leave a runner, and they're now in front 2-1. Borboa still in the game now to face Valencia, Stazuski, and Gibbons. Valencia struck out last time up. This time, not so much, but Christensen gets over and makes the play. Again, this outfield covers a ton of territory out there. Christensen probably the worst of them, and he's really pretty good. So here's Stazuski, the third baseman. The 1-0 pitch to Stazuski with 1 out. Swing, and he hits it hard into right, and Christensen makes a sliding running catch out in right field to rob the base hit there. Nice bit of fielding, and you got to love the risk reward there. He goes down for that ball knowing if he doesn't come up with it, it's probably turning a single into a double or a triple, but takes the chance, gets the out. Love to see that. And here is Ryan Gibbons, the definition of just a guy. Just a guy, grounds out to second, and that'll do it. So it's the top of the order again. Miller, Vargas, and Perez to face Diaz here in the top of the 5th for St. Joseph. the 0-1, and Paul Miller puts it in play again, but Schoenecker able to run underneath it, one down. Oliver Vargas here. He's 1 for 2 in the game. Doubled earlier. This time, 4 pitches, 4 balls, it's a walk. So David Perez now with a runner at first. Vargas, good instincts on the bases, but not especially fast, but fast enough. What was that? Staszewski can't pick up that ball cleanly. They're calling it a base hit, not an error. I don't see how. Somehow a simple ground ball could have been 2. It turns out to be 0, and you've got Vargas and Perez on first and second and first for Bill Christensen. Not the situation Diaz wanted to find him in. You can tell he's frustrated. And there's a walk. Second walk of the inning. Bases loaded again with 1 out. And it is the Jesus. Looking for some magic to happen here. Mesa, great hitter in a good situation. He'll take it. He walks in the run. Diaz looks like he is in trouble here. Third walk of the inning. Walks in RBI walk for St. Joseph, and it's Fernandino Barber, the shortstop now, 0 for 2 in the game. Hits what should be a... Yeah, they take the run. They stop the run, but they don't get the double play again. Just strange infield play in this series. And we still have the bases loaded now for Cerezo, who hits one hard, and the shortstop, Alanis, makes the play, knocks it down, but doesn't make a throw. He doesn't make a throw. It's 2 outs. There is no decision. He watched the runner score and doesn't try to make a play at first. Doesn't try to make a play at second. Just boneheaded play. Gives up another run. And here's Gus Tynes with the bases loaded. Tynes ground one to the pitcher. Finally something they can field. That takes him out of the inning, but 2 runs on 2 hits and 3 walks. They leave the bases loaded, but that lead is now 4-1 for St. Joseph, and Borboa feeling a lot more comfortable out here with a couple of runs of padding between him and New York. So Schoenecker, Campos, and Alanis, the top of the order. The 1-2 pitch to Schoenecker. Hits it. Gets a little bit underneath it, and Christensen's able to make the play in right. 1 up and 1 down. So Campos now. Grounded out in his last at bat. Hits this one off the end of the bat a little bit. But Christensen again able to get underneath it, and that's 2 out. Now Alanis. 5 for 10 in this series, 1 for 2 today. You can't ask this guy to do anything else at the plate. 2 home runs. But there might be some questions about his fielding here and whether he maybe should be a DH. And to add to it, then he strikes out. So, 1-2-3 for them Apples. 4-1 lead for St. Joseph as we start the top of the 6th. Diaz comes back out in spite of the trouble last inning, and it's Atilio Carrillo, followed by Paul Miller and Oliver Vargas. And Carrillo flies out to center. Schoenecker runs it down, and now 1 out for Paul Miller. The 0-1 pitch from Diaz. Miller 0 for 3 in the game, making 0 for 4 as he grounds out to Staszewski at third. And Oliver Vargas with 2 down and nobody out. The 2-2 pitch, rocks and fires, and hard hit down the third base line, but Staszewski picks it clean, makes the throw, and they're out of the inning 1-2-3. So New York trailing by 3. Got Espinoza, Hayes, and Anders to face Fernando Borboa. And Espinoza starts things off with a fly out to Christensen and right. He's getting a workout out there, but he hasn't blinked yet. And here comes John Hayes. 0-2 pitch to Hayes. Puts it in play. Christensen going to get to that one as well. 2 in a row for Christensen in this inning. And here comes Matt Anders. The 2-1 pitch. Swing. Fly out to center field. They're just not finding holes. And that'll do it for the inning. All right, top half of the 7th. Ben Thornsbury, the new pitcher for New York, replacing Diaz. And they brought in one of the good ones here. He's excellent cutter and a good slider to go with a very good fastball. Everything he throws moves. He puts him where he wants him. and he's only going to get better. The kid's 19 years old, and yeah, excited to see him pitch. So it's Thornsbury to face Perez, Christensen, and Mace at the heart of the order for St. Joseph. And Diaz probably just glad to be out of the spotlight. That was not his night. Oh, and the trouble continues here. It's a base hit to center. Nice, just easy swing from Perez and a clean line drive out to center field. Nothing you can do about that. Here's Christensen with the leadoff runner on, full count. And he walked again. Christensen draws his second walk of the game. And that brings up the Jesus with runners at first and second. He's 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs in this game. And that is not going to get down. Flies out to left. Valencia makes a nice play out there. We talked earlier about his range in left field, and he shows it. Uh, Saves him from having the bases loaded. And here comes Fernandino Barber with 1 down and runners at first and second. The 1-2 pitch. Barber hits it hard to right, and it is out of here. Barber with the home run. First home run of the postseason, 380 feet. And now it is a 7-1 lead for the Sausage Dogs. Dem Apples need to get something going here. Thornsbury, man, not his night either. Diaz and Thornsbury combined to give up 7 runs on 9 hits. And here's Cerezo. The base is clear and only 1 out. And, oh, goodness. Schoenecker makes a great play in center field. Great play in center field to save a base hit, but if you're the pitching coach out here, you're not happy with that either. Thornsbury hung it up there. They got good contact. Really just lucky to have a good center fielder behind him to make that play. Here's Gus Tynes with 2 down, and he hits a hard grounder as well. But the first baseman feels it, flips to the pitcher, and they're out of the inning. I don't expect we're going to see Thornsbury come back out. And now it's time for the 7th inning stretch here, and since we're in New York, the national anthem is going to be performed by Eric Trump, the forgotten son of, one of the forgotten sons of Donald Trump. Hopefully somebody will hand him the lyrics, because otherwise there's no way he's going to get it right. And Borboa is still in the game. 6 innings pitched, struck out 5. Comfortable lead at this point. No reason to rush things. And he's got Valencia, Stadowski, and Gibbons in this inning. Valencia takes the 3-1 pitch, and it's a base hit to center field, drops it in front of Carrillo. Hard to find a hole in this outfield, but he found a spot to put the ball, and you got a decent base runner at first base. Staszewski now. Grounder to short. Whew, they do not turn the double play again. Just subpar play out of this St. Joe infield. Doesn't seem to matter today, but you got to have some questions if you're a fan there. Barber makes the play, Perez doesn't make the turn to throw to first, and 1 down. 2-0 pitch to Gibbons. Gibbons hits it hard, but eminently catchable to Cerezo on left. And Schoenecker, the last hope for the inning. 2-2 pitch. Woof, struck him out. And them Apples get nothing on 1 hit. St. Joseph still leading 7-1. 7 runs on 9 hits for St. Joe. 1 run on 5 hits for New York City at home. The crowd is hushed, and it's Carrillo to face Thornsbury, who came back out. He gets a strikeout this time. Carrillo tried to hold it up, couldn't do it. And here's Paul Miller, the top of the order again. And Miller continues to struggle, does not get a base hit. Schoenecker runs it down, and that brings Oliver Vargas to the plate. 1 for 3 in the game. He walked him. Second walk for Thornsbury, and now they're going to pull him. It's Mike Paulson, the reliever. Not considered to be the same caliber as Thornsbury, but we saw how well that went. He's a hometown kid, born in Brooklyn. The fans here just absolutely love him and will right up until the moment they decide he sucks, and then they'll boo him every day. And he's averaging 9.2 strikeouts per 9 innings. He's a punch-out guy, power pitcher, looking for strikeouts. And his first batter he faces Perez, and he struck him out to retire the side. So, Sausage Dog still with a comfortable lead here as we go into the bottom of the 8th, and they're going to bring in a reliever, Mike Bradbury. Good outing for Borboa today, but Bradbury comes in with good fastball, decent changeup. Not a ton of velocity. He's throwing in the 95 range. Uh, yeah, but decent numbers on the year. We'll see what he's got. He's from Lakewood Township, New Jersey. New Jersey is a state which is a suburb of New York City, so kind of like a hometown kid, but also not. First batter he faces takes him to a full count and then drives a base hit into center field. Campos the base hit to lead off the inning, and that brings Alanis to the plate with a runner on. And Alanis is going to get a base hit down in front of Christensen. First two runners aboard to start the inning against Mike Bradbury, the reliever. And here comes Espinoza. 0-1 pitch to Espinoza, and he is going to ground it. Oh, goodness. He's going to ground out to the shortstop, but again, they don't make the throw. Perez does not make the throw to first, and they don't get the double play, and instead you got runners at the corners with only one out for John Hayes, the DH. It's 1 for 3 today. Make it 2 for 3. That's going to drop and score a run. 7-2 now. Runners at first and second for Matt Anders. Little eighth inning rally from New York, and that's going to get down as well. Christensen makes the play as quickly as he can, but the run is going to score. And it's now 7-3. And what was a comfortable lead is suddenly in jeopardy with 2 on and only 1 out. And they're going to go to the bullpen again. It's Jesse Stallman. Stallman throws a fastball and a slider. He's a power pitcher, but not a strikeout guy. Only 5.7 strikeouts per 9 innings. He's pitched 34 innings, 34 and 2/3 this year. Gave up 6 runs, 2 home runs. He walked 13 and only struck out 22. Good ERA. Doesn't give up a lot. But we're going to see what happens. Adam Engels is the pinch hitter now. Pinch hitting for... I lost track of the lineup. He's pinch hitting for someone, I'm sure. And he comes in, good contact guy, gets on base. Let's see what he's got against the reliever Stallman. Not going to do it. That is not a double play ball. It is not a double play. And Matt Anders has to leave the game. Anders leaves the game after that slide. A lot happening here. Again, Perez doesn't make a throw to first to end the inning, and you've got runners on the corners again. Hayes and Engels for Suzuki. Oh, and he struck out Suzuki to end the New York half of this inning. They did get 2 more runs on 4 more hits here, but they're still trailing by 4. Paulson stays in the game after retiring the last batter of the last inning, and it's Christensen, the Jesus, and Fernandino Barber for St. Joe here. He strikes out Christensen. Second strikeout. That's what you want to see here. And here is the Jesus. 1 for 3 in the game with 2 RBIs. Oh, he struck out the Jesus, too. Nobody fucks with the Jesus, man. That's crazy. Here comes Fernandino Barber. Barber is 1 for 4, but he has 3 RBIs here. Hit a home run earlier. This time barely makes contact, but he runs it out for the infield single. Slow roller. Paulson couldn't get off the mound fast enough to get it, and you've got a runner at first with 2 outs for Cerezo. No worries. Paulson strikes out his 3rd batter of the inning. Cerezo goes down swinging, and we head to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for New York here at home in front of the home crowd. Dan Spurgeon in the game, the closer for St. Joe. 9 saves this year, so maybe not the closer. But .82 whip, ERA under 2, strikes out more than a batter per inning. This guy is trouble for New York, and it's Gibbons, Schoenecker, and Campos. Gibbons will hit for himself, oddly, and he grounds out to the shortstop Barber. So 1 down, and Andy Schoenecker. That is not going to drop. Christensen gets over to make the play, and there is 2 outs and 4 runs. Looks like a big gap, but Campos is hoping to get something started here. 0-1 pitch. He gets a hold of it, but Christensen back to the warning track makes the play, and that'll do it. So a 7-3 win, decisive victory for St. Joe here in New York City. This is what they wanted to do. They come across the country with the series tied and take one on the opposing field. Good game here from Borboa, the pitcher. Surprisingly effective. Got that cushion and used it. And yeah, some sloppy infield play. Not exactly what you want to see out of St. Joseph if you're a fan of that squad, but they got the win in decisive fashion, and that'll do it. I will see you guys next time.